This morning, KFYR received a number of complaints about text messages citing KFYR and other area news outlets stating Julie Fedorchak dropped out of the race for North Dakota's House seat. They are not true. We go now to Julie Fedorchak.
This morning, I found out that there were multiple false information intended to discourage and dissuade voters that were sent to thousands of North Dakotans throughout our state. This is at minimum election fraud. It's a desperate tactic to influence and discourage voters. Fair elections are a cornerstone of our democracy, and this is insulting and a real disservice to North Dakota voters. Behavior like this is absolutely wrong for anyone seeking office at any level, much less one of the highest offices in our state. My campaign will be filing a complaint with FEC, and we expect a full investigation of this matter to get to the bottom of it. These kind of tactics just can't be tolerated for this election or for any election. And we intend to push this as far as necessary to ensure that we don't see this again in North Dakota. The most important thing that North Dakotans can do today is to go out and vote, and do it with urgency. The polls are open until 7, and I encourage North Dakota voters to push back against these unfair and underhanded tactics. Let your voice be heard. Stand up for somebody who will serve you with honesty and integrity, and somebody that you can trust. Again, the polls are open until 7. It's really important for our citizens to push back against this and get out and vote. With that, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
What did the messages say, Julie, and did you receive anything personally?
I personally did not receive them. My sister got one in Fargo. I got another notice from a friend at Fargo who sent it to me with the message, I hope you don't tolerate this. So people were pretty upset right away. Mm-hmm. And so it's a really long message that pulls different clips from interviews, I'm assuming, from after the convention, when I pulled out of the convention and was saying that I was, quitting the, or I forget the exact term, but pulling out and conceding that race. And basically they were put in a series of messages to suggest that they were just something that I just had delivered and was pulling out of this race. So it was intended to make people think that I was no longer a candidate for this office, which couldn't be further from the truth. I mean, we are really excited about the momentum we have. We're super excited about President Trump's endorsement and the endorsement of literally thousands of North Dakotans, workers, all the way up to some of our highest other elected officials. And so we're pushing strong through the finish, have been campaigning all over the state, meeting with citizens of North Dakota for the last 4 months. And we're very determined to push through to the very last minute of this election and to win.
Who's behind the text messages?
We don't know who's behind them. That's why we are going to be filing a complaint with the FEC. We have somebody working on it already, and we'll get to the bottom of it.
Who do you think is behind them?
Again, until we know for sure and have that investigation, I can't say. I would call on all of my fellow candidates in this race to denounce these tactics, though, because nobody should be standing up for this.
If the results don't go your way tonight, do you think that you might want to contest it due to this attack?
Well, we'll see. We expect the results to go our way. I think North Dakotans are going to see through this, and I expect a whole surge this evening to get out and vote. At least I hope they do. I hope that that's the response that people have, because this is absolutely not a North Dakota value. This is not how we behave in the state.
Would you accept the results?
We'll see what the results are and deal with that at the time. Yeah.
Could tactics like this be considered criminal?
Again, I think that they're criminal, but we'll figure that out when we work with our attorney and get to the bottom of filing with the FEC and taking matters down that legal path.
Have you spoken with any of your opponents about the messages?
I have not.
Do you plan to reach out to them?
No, I don't plan to reach out to them until the end of the night when we get the results.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up. Thank you.
Thanks, you guys. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
All right, again, that was Julie Fedorchak talking about false email and text messages that were going out saying that she had withdrawn from the race. Those messages are not true. and she was just addressing that. We will talk more with her tonight on First News at 5. She'll be live on our show. Thanks in the meantime for joining us, and we'll have more on our election coverage throughout the evening. We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.